Hey Yins, I'm Sweaty Psalms and this is my first YouTube video. I just went out the other day and picked up the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. I'm super excited about it. I figured I'd open it up, show you what comes in the box, and give you my first impressions. Let's do it. Alright guys, let's open this thing up. Alright guys, my first impression after taking this controller out of the box is wow. I mean, it is truly impressive. You can see it has a stealth kind of all black look to it. On the old Elite controller it had more kind of silver accents to it, where on this one they went with more gray, like dark gray, black tones. It's just a really great looking controller. Secondly, you pick it up and just like the Elite Series 1, you notice the same thing. It's got that nice weight to it. It feels of great quality. Once again, Microsoft ticked all the boxes when it comes to just the look and the feel of this controller. Right away, I give it a 10 out of 10 just on first impression. First things first, as you can tell, the new Elite controller has this stealth kind of blacked out look to it. It looks really great. The old one had these silver outlines to it, but I want to talk about the profiles and the customizable profiles that you can have to this controller. So in the old controller you could only have 2 customizable profiles. In the new controller you can have 3 customizable profiles and 4 if you count the default. All you would do is turn on the controller here. I'll show you the lights that come on, and then you can toggle between 3 customizable profiles. Essentially, different ways you can set up the buttons or set up the paddles on the back. And then the 4th one, which doesn't have any lights on it, is just your default profile. If you can remember, the old one only had a toggle switch in between 1 and 2. Second thing I want to get into here is on the new Elite controller. It might be hard to see on the camera, but there is a really nice grip that they added to the outside of the controller here that wraps the whole way around. So before, the old one only had the grip on the back and it didn't have like a nice texture to it. It also came off real easy. But this one seems a lot more durable. It wraps the whole way around. It really seems like it's gonna prevent your hands getting slippy on the controller after playing for long periods of time. Next, I want to talk about the battery on the new controller. So if you can remember, on the old controller you could actually take it out and add your own battery pack to it, or your own batteries. The new controller here has a built-in battery to the back. So there is no battery port here where AA's or anything would sit. It's built into the controller. That's super nice, I think. It has 40-hour playtime span to it, so it'll last you a long time. And then what's really cool is that Microsoft added a charging port right to the case. So essentially you would just take the USB-C cable that they provided and plug it right into the back of the case, and then you could just keep this off to the side and put your controller right down on it when you're done playing, and it will charge. Alright guys, just a couple more things I want to run through on this video about the new Elite Series 2 controller. So like I had mentioned, it is a USB-C connection at the top of the controller now. Secondly here, this controller is actually Bluetooth, so you can have a Bluetooth connection now with this controller. With the original one you could not, but this one does have Bluetooth connection. Next, with the paddles, so the old paddles, they were a little bit wider and longer. They had made these paddles smaller on the new one, I think that's a good move by them. It will prevent any accidental clicks. Also, they added an extra hair trigger stop to the triggers. So instead of 2, you can actually flip between 3 different stops. So on the bottom one is the very lightest. So that means you barely have to click to get an input. On the middle one, it's a little bit more of a click, about halfway down. And at the very top, it's the original. To get an input, you have to press the entire way down. Now if we go ahead and move over to the front of the controller, not much has changed with the D-pad, basically the same thing, but there is a pretty significant change with the sticks. So the old joysticks, you know, there was no way to adjust them. They felt pretty loose in the controller right away, but these ones, right off the bat, these joysticks feel really tight. They feel like they have a nice tension to them. But what's really cool about these, and I'll show you here in a sec, is when you take these joysticks off, there is a little slot here inside the joystick where you can press the key that they gave you inside the box. You can press it in there and turn, and you can actually change the tension on these joysticks. So let me swap over here, and I'll show you guys just how to do that. Alright, one of the last things I want to show you guys, which is probably one of the coolest things about this controller, amongst all the other changes they made, I think this one is probably the coolest. So you can now change the tension of the joystick just by popping off the joystick like that. You take the key that Xbox provided you, and right in the middle of the joystick there's a little slot. Put that key in the slot and you can turn it 3 separate times. 1, 2, and then the third one would really just be back to normal. So if you turn it once, it's medium tension. If you go ahead and turn it to the last setting, that is maximum tension. I put this on here, obviously you guys can't tell, but it feels really good. Kind of feels like the Xbox 360 controller did, at least on the maximum tension one, and I know a lot of people are going to like that. I think that's a really cool addition from Microsoft, and I think a lot of people are really going to find this beneficial when they're playing different games. Alright Yins, that is all I have to say about the new Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. I mean, look at this thing. It is sweet. It looks great. I can tell you right now, it feels great. The quality seems like it's there. I can't wait to use it. So if you're in the market for a new controller, this one's sitting at about $180. Not a bad price really for a controller of this quality. You're looking at Scuf and Astro in the same market, and you know, they're sitting right around the same price. So I definitely recommend this one. A professional gamer, a casual gamer, this will definitely benefit anybody who wants to up their game or just have full customizable ability to their controller. So the holidays are coming. I think this is a great gift, and that's really all I gotta say. So if you like the video, drop me a like, subscribe, shoot me a comment down below, see if if there's anything you want to know about the controller. Definitely I'll get back to you. Like I said, I'm Sweaty Psalms, guys. I plan on making more videos. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.